I'd like to demonstrate my project, which is an event calendar. There are a few differences from the project specification from assignment 6. One of them being the project specification says the user can create multiple calendars. I chose not to do this because it's not likely the user will need more than one calendar. Other differences I'll point out as we go through the project. On the home page, it says that it's possible that there be an example calendar. I'm not likely to keep that up to date, so I thought that would actually be a bad idea because it would just be an empty calendar without any events on it. So I chose not to do that. Let's go ahead and we'll go to the register page and register for an account. You can either do that by clicking on Start Your Calendar or Register. So we'll go ahead and put in our name. And I've got a 10-minute email address for this demonstration. Create calendar. Okay, it says success, your account was successfully created. Check your email for account confirmation email. Okay, so we will go over here to our email and wait for that to come in. Oh, looks like it's here. So we'll click on that. And the message says, thank you for registering for an R calendar account. Please verify your email address by going to this link here. Click on that. And now it's asking us to select a password, so we'll type in a password. I also should point out that if you type in mismatch, it has the MVC's default form validation on there. So you have to have certain fields required and they have to match and all that stuff. So okay, so we'll type in our new password. We'll hit set password. It says what a password. Your password has been set. Okay. So now we can go ahead and log in. Just so I don't have to worry about that 10-minute email address, I will go ahead and act like we forgot what our password was, even though we just set it. So we'll hit forgot password, and I will need to go to that account here, alright, and get that email address again. And on the forgotten password page, we'll type in that email address, and we'll say send password reset. It says email sent. Please check your email for the password reset email. Okay, so let's go back over here. We'll have to go to our inbox, and let's see, it's come in yet. Yes, there's the password reset. So we click on that. It says someone has requested a password reset on your R calendar account. If this was you, please follow the link. Otherwise, please delete this email. So we'll go ahead and follow that link since it was us. And we can set the password again. And this time we'll remember it. Okay, so we've set our password there. I'm demonstrating all of that because I created my own user management for this project. It's not using the default .NET membership stuff. Okay, so we'll go ahead and log in. We'll need that email address to log in, and we'll need the password. Okay, so we'll log in. And this is the Manage Calendar page. This page will show us all of the events that we have. It gives us the embed code to embed the calendar on our own website. And it shows us a demonstration of the calendar, what it's going to look like. You can go ahead and go through this if you want. There's no events as of yet. That's what it says right up here. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add an event. So we'll come in here and I'm going to add my sister's birthday, and we'll go ahead and select a date for this. It's going to be I chose to let this be just a string and not like a date time, actual time, because there are occasions where you want to say in the afternoon or all day instead of 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. So we'll add a location, a little description, And we'll go ahead and add an image. Grab this image here. We'll hit save event. Woot woot, your event is going to be awesome. That's pretty much a success statement saying that it has been saved. Here you can see it, Hannah's B-Day, July 2014. So if we go down to the example calendar and we scroll over to July, we'll see Hannah's B-Day here. If we click on this link here inside the calendar, or if we click on this one, we can see the event here. Picture of Hannah with a spoon in her nose. It's kind of poor quality picture, so we may want to change that in the edit. You can see when it's going to be, the date and the time, and where, and the description. So let's go back to the calendar here. We'll edit the event by clicking on the little icon with the pencil, and we'll change a few things. Okay, and we'll add Texas to that, and we'll change the description. And let's put a better picture in there. Take this one. And we'll hit save event. And it gives us the same message. That's just a generic success message. So now if we go ahead and click on Hannah's birthday, we see we have a new picture of her. We've got the new title, the Texas that we added, and the ice cream and cake that we added there. So let's go back to the calendar, and I want to create one more event to demonstrate the other thing. Let's call this one delete this event, and this one we're going to put on the 26th, and we're going to leave all the others empty. They're just optional. Okay, so it's been saved, and now we have delete this event that happens in April, which we can also see down here. We're going to go ahead and delete that event, and it's gone. And it's no longer there. And that is the Manage Calendar page with the Add Event, Edit Event, and Delete Event features. Let's go over here to the Account page. Here there's not really a lot of account settings. You can change your name, which we'll go ahead and do. Now you cannot change your email address. Now this was something that on the account management page in the project specification it said that you could do, but instead of having usernames, we're actually just using email addresses, which I think is a better practice. And so you can't change your email address because it would have to change all of your user information. So we keep that the way it is. So I'm going to hit update info, and it says your info has been updated. Just to show that, I'll go to the calendar page and then jump back, and yes, it's still Chris Buck. Okay, so there's also the reset password. If we click on that, this is the same page as before, but notice we didn't get to it from an email. And so we can go ahead and type in our password here, password, and it's been set. Okay, so there's also that option for resetting your password. Now I'd like to go to the full view. Now the whole site is responsive, so we can actually shrink it down and it changes as we go. I'm going to go ahead and show you the calendar though. If the calendar is responsive based on its container. So right now it's in a small container. Let's go ahead and look at it in a full view. Let's see, I think we're... So here's the calendar full view. If we go through, and I think I've got the wrong user ID in there. I'm sorry, I should have copied the user ID from the embed code, but I didn't. Okay, so here's our calendar. It's in the embed code. Usually the URL has the user ID. So I put in the proper user ID in the URL, and now I can see the calendar, and there's Hannah's birthday. And the cool part is it is responsive, so as we shrink it down, we can see that it changes from the full calendar to this view, which is a list view of just the events and not all the empty days. This view is really great on the on your smartphone. Looks really good. And then you can click on the event, and you can see there's a picture of Hannah with when, where, and the description of the event. Okay, so there are a few other things I'd like to show. We'll go over here, and the project is using a MySQL database. I chose to do that because I have free MySQL databases and I don't have free SQL databases. So I'm using MySQL and I use phpMyAdmin. I'm not using PHP, I'm using C#, but this is a nice tool for browsing MySQL databases. So under here we're in the users table, and from here we can see there's our account that we created, the email address, full name, and then the encrypted password. It's encrypted with a SHA-1. Then we can go over here to the event table. We can look at this. There's the event ID, all the event information, the image that we uploaded. It is actually hashed with a random salt just to prevent files from being overwritten. If there's two files called myphoto, they won't be overwritten in the directory where the uploads go. So then I'm going to show you the GitHub project here. Here you can see the whole project's been put up, and 61.8% is C#, 26.5% is JavaScript. Most of that is the MVC default JavaScript things in there. I didn't write very much JavaScript for this project, so most of that was brought in by the MVC framework. I did write quite a bit of CSS and tons of C#. The project uses the Mandrill API to send the emails, and I wrote a database helper that it uses as well. I wrote a class to help with make it a little bit quicker to save all those messages that show up at the top. I use sessions to store those so that they will be persistent over several pages, and you can see the whole project on GitHub by going to github.com/BlakeBuck/ourcalendar. And that's all I've got. I hope you like the calendar.